Hey guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. So amazingly, they've released the next game of the month on Evercade, EXP and the VS a few weeks early, so we now get a chance to play the new one from Lowtek Games, which is Choo Choo Mimic. Without further ado guys, let's get stuck into this. Okay, so the next game of the month is already available on your Evercade VS and Evercade EXP. You just need to update it, and it's from Lowtek Games. That's Ali from Lowtek on the left there, and we actually got to play this at the Blackpool Game Expo a couple of weeks ago on a NES itself, and it's a really cool game. It's a puzzle orientated game. And I really enjoyed playing it. Yeah, this is obviously an old school NES I was playing it on. But yeah, you can play this game now. It's going to be part of Indie Heroes Collection 3, which will be released in February 2024. You can play this for the entire month, or you could play it for as long as you like, as long as you don't update your VS or EXP, which I probably don't recommend. But anyway, you can play it for as long as you like. Yeah, and this is from Lowtek Games and Rigg'd Games, which is John Riggs. He had the initial sort of design idea behind the actual game, and just beware, there's a lot of other additions to this update which we'll go through in a little minute. But first we'll look at Choo Choo Mimic, and it's a really cool puzzle game, and it's obviously from Lowtek Games, which made Flea and Tapeworm Disco Puzzle. Now this game is kind of like a cross between Choo Choo Rocket and maybe Roneo's Tail and Tapeworm, something like that. I mean, that's the vibes I get when playing it, and I really enjoyed it, the playthrough that I did get, so I'm looking forward to playing through it a lot more. I think it's one of those games that's about 100 levels, and obviously the puzzles get harder as you go through. Now it looks like you're a knight as you start off and you need to get to the treasure chest, but it's not quite like that. The treasure chest is basically a mimic, or it's obviously disguising itself as a treasure chest, and it's going to eat up the knight. Obviously hence the Choo Choo Mimic sort of name, but you've got some tools at your disposal to make your way through that, and it's like up, down, left, right kind of thing, and you get jumping, all sorts of things, and there's more knights as you go through the game. It gets a lot more complicated. So yeah, it's a puzzle game, and there's lots of traps in it as well. I mean, ideally in each level you want to collect all the coins, because I think you get a different ending if you sort of collect every coin on every level, and it's really cool. I guess it's obviously very similar in style to Tapeworm Disco Puzzle, and a little bit of Flea as well, but I think it reminded me a lot more of Roneo's Tail, so to speak, with a bit of Choo Choo Rocket. If you remember that from the Dreamcast days, that was one of those games that was gave away for free to play online on your Dreamcast, if you ever remember that. But yeah, you can play this right now. What we're going to do next is have a look at the patch notes for the EXP and the VS, because there was a few other things actually updated and included in this recent update. Okay, so first off, the EXP, obviously it's added the new game, it's added Fairy Fire to your EXP. Finally you can get to play that secret game that was only available on the VS. You can play that now on the EXP. You just need to learn the code to unlock it. I think it's pressing the start button 10 times if you want to unlock that without figuring it out for yourself. But that's that. It's a really cool game, I really liked it. There's also an added new bonus game, and there's a new secret. Now I've already discovered what the secret is, but at this point I'm not really sure what the bonus game is. I know it is involving inputting some kind of code onto the keyboard, but we'll find that out eventually. And there's a few other fixes here to different carts. Some of them you may want to pay attention to. There's a lot of stuff been going on in the back end. Now I'll probably do a separate video on this because I think it's probably too much to actually cover here, but there's a lot of fixes here that's certainly apparent. The one about the flashback audio glitch is quite good. That was obviously creating a lot of sound issues. If you were sort of using the save states and loading in your saves, it usually muffled the sound for some reason. So that's one of the fixes, but we will cover this in another video. So the VS is pretty much the same, however it's got one thing that's very notable there. It's the VS Tatty mode, now available via in-game menu, 90 or 270 degree mode, 1080p and 720p supported. Now I'm going to look at that in a future video as well, but that's obviously quite big if you want to play those vertically aspect ratio games on your VS, which were really only previously available to play that way on an EXP. But obviously if you're going to play that on your TV, you ideally need a TV or monitor that will switch swivel to allow you to take advantage of that. Now, I don't think a lot of people have that. I'm sure they're going to be trying to swivel monitors and TVs, which I'll probably try in a video anyway, but I'll cover that in a later video at some point, along with all these patch notes, because there's a lot to cover here in this video. What I'm really concentrating more in this video is the new game Choo Choo Mimic. So let's have a look at that now. Okay guys, so obviously you need to update your VS or EXP to the latest firmware, and if you've kept up to date you should be presented with the latest game of the month on the VS tab at the left there, which is Choo Choo Mimic, and this is a brand new game which is fantastic. But looking at this, there's obviously been a secret game added. Now at this point I only know that you can unlock it via the keyboard, and apparently it is a native game, but I have no clue what it is. However, there is also a secret code that you can input to this keyboard at the present, and it unlocks a kind of a secret. Now, I'm not sure if it's actually helping and it's linked to the actual game. Not sure yet. I'm not sure if it's got some sort of pizza theme or some kind of beer theme. It's really not that clear. Now, Pizza Time will unlock this kind of a screen, and it basically sends you to your local Google Maps where all your pizza locations are. So a little bit daft, not sure what it's all about, whether it's linked to some sort of a game that you input the code in, secret keyboard. I have no clue. At this point I'm not entirely sure. Obviously when we do find out we'll make a video about it, but at the moment we're just going to be concentrating on Choo Choo Mimic at present, which is a really cool game. I'm not sure it's for everybody, but I quite enjoyed it. I do like my puzzle style games, and yeah, this is basically all about feeding that mimic treasure chest sort of thing with the knights, and it's pretty cool. It's good that it's obviously been a combined effort with Lowtek Games and John Rigg'd and a few other people obviously doing the sort of music and the code and type of thing, but I think if it's as good as Tapeworm Disco Puzzle and Fleet, we are really in for a cracking game. And already I think Indie Heroes Collection 3 is shaping up to be an awesome collection. I'm looking forward to this in February 2024. But yeah, let's get started. The controls are pretty straightforward. It's B to select the items at the top, and then A to cancel, A to soft set if you hold that down, and you press the select button to do a full reset. And this is brand new. It's not even, I don't think it's been released properly yet, so I think Evercade's getting some kind of a exclusive, so to speak. I'm pretty sure it'll be released on other formats soon. Obviously you can get the physical copy of a NES cart as well for your NES if you want, but there's the moves there. You're basically selecting the tools at the top of the screen, then you're trying to create a path for the knight to ideally collect all the coins and get to the treasure chest, which is actually the mimic, which is going to eat you. So it's a bit morbid, I guess, but that's basically the premise of the game, and it does take a little while to get your head round how it works. And this particular knight goes only left, I think, something like that, and there will be other knights through the game. I think after every 20 levels or so, maybe it's less than that, the game mechanic will probably change. You'll get another knight or a different type of knight, and it'll do different things. You'll probably at one point have loads of knights on the screen, and it'll get absolutely crazy, ferocious, and a bit of a head. It will certainly hurt your brain, that's for sure. Almost swore there. So obviously you can see here, you need to place the arrows in certain places. I thought at times it does get a little bit tricky trying to figure out which way the knight is actually going, but this particular knight does seem to always go left until he hits a wall, and he'll go the other way. It's a bit confusing, to be honest, how it works, but once you get that sorted, you'll probably figure the rest of the game out. And ideally, like I said earlier, you want to collect all the coins so that you get the proper ending, but sometimes it is very frustrating. I just wanted to complete the level and move on to the next one. So I'm sure if you want to do a completionist, you probably want to go through this and do it properly, but at the moment I'm really just trying to finish the levels and try and work them out. So there is replayability there if you want to collect every coin in every level, but I'm pretty sure that'll be a pretty tall order. Now this one, it's just sort of crates where I'm trying to sort of block the path so that the knight doesn't fall down the holes and the traps. You can see here there are other sort of tiles that seem to have the hatching over it. If you step on that once, it will then create a hole, and you don't want to obviously go over that again or you'll fall down. So a lot of it is trial and error. Like I said, you can press the A button to do a soft reset without moving any of the things that you've already placed on the screen. If you want to do a full reset, you press the select button. But I'm pretty impressed with this game. I really like it, but I'm very well aware this might not be for everyone. It's quite slow paced, and if you don't like your puzzle games, then you'll probably not like this. If you like Tapeworm Disco Puzzle, you like Roneo's Tale, that type of thing, then I'm pretty sure you'll really enjoy this. And yeah, there's another tip here. You can press the start button to make the knight go faster and run through the levels rather than just sitting and watching it go in sort of slow motion, so to speak. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this game. It is really cool, and I'm looking forward to playing it a lot more through the next month. Okay guys, so that is the game of the month for, I think it's November it'll be, even though it's now October. But yeah, I quite enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think of it. Hopefully we'll cover the patch notes and some of the secrets in a later video once we discover what that secret game is. But thanks very much for watching, and let me know what you think of this game. Catch you in the next one guys, bye for now.